What's up, Pyromaniacs? Pyrostasis here. We are back in Call of Duty Black Ops 2 doing a little FFA on Overflow. I start off with the Scorpion Evo and then I transition into the shotgun because I was playing with some of the cheapest camping pieces of shit I have ever played with. Usually people talk about Christmas noobs and I seem to be dealing with Christmas campers. I don't know what the hell's going on. And I'm not talking about those high quality campers that, you know, patrol like a room or something like that, or a hallway or an alley. We're talking the kind of guys who move into a corner, sit down, get comfortable, and then don't move for the entire game. And it just drove me absolutely nuts. I think about halfway through here, I switch over to the shotgun because it was just having me rage. But the nice thing is it does provide us with a little bit longer video so we can kind of talk about today's topic that's kind of a little bit of a doozy, and I'm going to try and squeeze it all into the next 7 minutes. But today we're going to be talking about, in our YouTube tips and tricks series, search ranking, YouTube search, Google search, and things along those lines, and stuff that you can target to kind of give your video a little bit of a better chance in showing up in those. Now, reason you want to target Google search and YouTube search is that is pretty much one of the major traffic draws that you can possibly get. It shows up, you know, anytime somebody's looking for something, anytime somebody's trying to answer a question. That is what you target because millions and millions and millions of people search every day trying to get their questions answered, and you can fill that niche. So some of the things, and you do want to be careful doing this because you don't want to target your channel too, unless that's your sole focus, too much. Like if you're a Let's Play channel, you don't want to do tips and tricks too much because then you're going to be drawing all this traffic in for tips and tricks and you're going to be doing Let's Plays and the audience doesn't necessarily like that. And so now you have two different audiences and you're micro splitting your channel and it just becomes a bitch. So be careful. Try to make sure that what you're doing tips and tricks on or guides or the questions that you're trying to answer fit your channel and fit the content that you're doing. But that's a total different video. Let's focus on how to do the Google search type thing. When you're making your video, you need to be thinking of keywords that you can use. Like for this right here, some of the keywords that I could use would be, you know, YouTube tips and tricks, YouTube search, Google search, things along those lines, maybe SEO tips for YouTube. Those types of keywords and keyword phrases are stuff that could apply to this video. Now, once you've got kind of your keyword phrases, you need to come up with a catchy title because when people are searching on YouTube or Google, that's the first thing that they're going to see. And it needs to be short and concise because I think it's like 60 letters or so, maybe it's 50 letters that will show up in the title before it's truncated. So you want those letters to be, and those words to be jaw-dropping or enticing or draw you in. So for instance, if I were to title this video something like, I kick ass in FFA on Black Ops 2 with a shotgun, that's not going to draw people in because there's a million different videos like that and people don't give a shit. You know, I think I'm a nice, unique snowflake, but not everybody else agrees and not everybody else is interested in my life and my stuff. So a title, something along the lines of YouTube tips and tricks, how to, you know, do the search ranking or YouTube search or targeting YouTube search. Something along those lines would pull an audience that's interested in that, not necessarily on COD, and it would grow the limits, and it's a little bit more jaw-dropping. Something else you could use would be like a real jaw-dropper would be something along the lines of like topless cheerleader. You know, that's going to pull you people in hardcore. Well, obviously you don't want to use things like that because, you know, they're going to click on your video. It's a COD video. There's not a naked cheerleader and now they're pissed off and upset and they're going to click off and that's going to kill your attention, kill your channel, and quite possibly get you in trouble with YouTube. But you get the idea. It's a title that's going to grab attention, and the goal is to grab as much attention and be on the topic that you're talking about or shooting, etc., and draw people in. Now that you've got your title, let's move to your description. In your description, you want to kind of filter in some of the keywords that you mentioned. So if you're talking about YouTube tips and tricks that target Google search, you want to work that into the video. You want people to see that in the first couple sentences. Number one, Google search and YouTube search are going to read that and be like, oh, okay, this is what this video is about. Because YouTube isn't smart enough yet to transcribe your video accurately, read all of the stuff that you're doing, and then link it into your search. So your tags, your description, and your title are the only thing that it has to know what your video is about. So if you don't put a description, you're doing yourself a disservice because YouTube doesn't know what the hell you're doing. So then it has to rely on just your title and just your tags, and that's not going to give complete a picture. So use your damn descriptions, put some stuff in there. And don't just link, your Twitter, your YouTube, and your Facebook. You need to put some of the stuff that actually pertains to the video so that it can be crawled. Finally, your tags. Your tags is that little box at the bottom, and that's a really important box that you want to utilize. So like for this video, I would do something along the lines of YouTube search tips, Google search tips, and then you can put in stuff like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 2 FFA, Black Ops 2 FFA Shotgun, Black Ops 2 FFA, and you get the idea. Just things like that. And also to keep in mind that Google ranks your tags in descending order. So your first tag is the most important tag. Your second tag, kind of is about 70% as effective. Then your next one's 40%, etc. And those aren't accurate percentages. It just gives you an idea. So by the time you're on your 8th or 9th tag, you're just really pissing on a fire and not really doing any good. So keep that in mind. I mean, obviously, you've got that whole box. You can utilize the entire thing, and there are folks that do. There are also folks that keep their tags to 6 or 7, as that is the sweet spot that works for them. The jury is still out on that. You kind of got to figure it out on your own, what works best for you. So once you've got your title, now you've got your tags, now you've got your description, then you want to share it on a social network and build some backlinks to it. So if you've got Google, Facebook, Twitter, throw it out on those. If you can get people to retweet it, that even works better because now you've got alternate sources that bringing it in. If you've got forums where you're not going to spam and people are actually appreciative of the content, linking it is there, your website, stuff like that. All of these backlinks help build credibility. So YouTube sees, oh, well, 75 people put this out on the internet. They liked it, they favorited it, they shared it, it's on Twitter. This is, the credibility of that video comes up. And as when you first start out, it's very hard to do that, obviously, because, you and your mother and maybe your 2 friends that watch your YouTube channel, they can help out, but, maybe the 7 or 8 subscribers that you have, or the 30 subscribers or 100 subscribers, they may not participate. Getting people to like and share your videos is hard, even when they like you. So it's one of those things that you kind of have to educate, kind of have to try and, include your subscribers on. Let them know, hey, it really helps me out. If it's something that you like, do this. It'll help me out. That helps me make more content for you, etc., etc. So all of those things will help boost you up, and then you can start searching for your video. Go to Google, search the title, search the phrase that you're targeting on, and you can see where you pop up. And then in the future, you can start targeting specific things, and you'll have a little bit better idea on how to get there. And, now when everybody goes and searches for, whatever specific topic that you're talking about, hopefully you've got that front page. Hopefully you're getting some traffic and you can utilize this for future videos. Anyways, hopefully I was able to cram enough information in there for you guys to find helpful. If you like this video, click the like button. Feel free to leave comments in the comment section below, ask me questions, etc. Subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next clip.